This Perp back with another video, and I just got out of watching a mystery movie, or a AMC Unseen movie. The mystery movie was The Bikeriders. Now, The Bikeriders, this movie was supposed to come out last year, but it constantly was getting delayed and pushed back, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate because this was one of my most anticipated movies, and just the premise alone sold me because I was a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy, and I was like, yo, this is like the closest thing we're gonna get to a Sons movie. So, does it deliver on the same level as Sons? I don't think you could really compare the two, just because one's a series and the other one's a movie. So the TV series got a lot more time to flesh out Jax and all of them, but there's a lot of similarities. If you're a fan of Sons, like, you could definitely see parallels with characters. But I like how this movie's kind of set up, like this documentary, and I didn't expect Jodie Comer's character in here to play such a pivotal role as pretty much our narrator, and breaking down all these different characters, even Austin Butler's character Benny, and giving us the history lesson on Johnny, played by Tom Hardy. So Jodie Comer's character pretty much plays Kathy, Benny's love interest, and I like how she breaks down everything from her pretty much her perspective, because this guy is doing like this project, or he wants to write a book on all this, and this is what this whole story is kind of based off, this book that this guy kind of put together. And during the credits, they kind of show these old pictures and stuff that are just really cool. But anyways, she breaks down how she meets Benny and how they pretty much instantly fell in love with each other, and how things started off like really wholesome with the club and whatnot, and then how it just quickly spiraled, where we see Johnny's character trying to deal with being a leader, which I will say, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I get the whole, Tom Hardy's approach to this, like his character, he's like, he doesn't rule with an iron thumb, nothing like Clay or anything like that, but he definitely, he's kind of stuck on this line of where, like, what's the right way to do this and what's the wrong way to do this. But he does mean well. He just gets caught up in everything, especially with Benny's character as well, which I was expecting a little bit more of Austin Butler's character, even though I feel like what he did with this performance was really good and solid. I was just expecting a little bit more, because it's really focused on Kathy's narration and her breakdown and of all these different events and the turning point for everything. I was just expecting a little bit more. I wasn't disappointed by this movie. I was just expecting certain things, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all. I still enjoyed this movie for what it was, and I like the setting, it being in like the late 60s, and all the different characters, and has a pretty stacked cast. So you have Norman Reedus. You couldn't have a Bikeriders like movie without Norman Reedus in here. You have Michael Shannon in here as well. The list goes on, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I know why this got delayed, or why some studios have not really promoted this as much. It's not a bad movie. It's just, I think that there could have been more with the story to kind of grip people even more, because there were some serious things, but then, I don't know, a part of me, as I was watching this, thought to myself, this would have been a really cool like little mini series on Netflix or HBO Max or something like that. But yeah, it's a very straightforward story. There's not too many crazy twists besides like what happens later on in the movie. I do like Tom Hardy's character in this, and I like Austin Butler. Like I said, I just wish that he was there was just more for him to do in this. And it's cool. Like, I get the message. It's just like, you start something, then it kind of spirals out of control, and then something else kind of takes over. You know, it's the many cycles of, if you join a gang or if you join any type of organization and stuff, it's always going to start going left. Overall, this was a solid watch. I would definitely recommend checking this out this weekend or at any point this year. Let me know how you feel about it if you get around to checking this out. What were your thoughts? Were you disappointed? Was this movie kind of a letdown for you, or did it exceed your expectations and you really loved this movie and wish it got more push as far as marketing and stuff like that? Because I definitely do think that this deserved to get marketed a little bit more, especially it being a smaller film. I think the budget for this was like 40 million or something like that. So, you know, and it has a really stacked cast. Like I said, I think there's a lot people will enjoy, and there's going to be things that are going to be left desired for most, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just my thoughts on this movie. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.